In this weird ass series. Fucking so many twists and turns. The first day, October 4th, 1986.
やっぱりこのバラ庭園は圧巻だぜ。6年前よりさらにすごくなってやがる。こんなのが似合わなんて羨ましいぜ。
Yeah, it's alright.
んなことはねえぜ。私にとっちゃ船着き場まで遠くて邪魔なだけなんだけどな。
Well, I mean, the distance is still the same. It's not like he's expanding the island. Just have to walk through more garden instead of more path.
それは贅沢な悩みだね。
Fucking first world issues, right?
毎朝バラと挨拶してから投稿。素敵素敵。こんなにいっぱいのバラみんなと挨拶してたら遅刻しちゃうね。
I don't think she individually says hi to each rose.
演者は残念だな。お腹壊しやすいんだって。
らしいな。腸が弱いんだろうよ。しょっちゅう下痢してるぜ。
That's not really necessary, Battler. Shut the fuck up. Don't need to know that.
レディーにそういうの言うのいけない。
Thank you, Maria.
それはすまねえ。そうだよな。女の子のお尻からはマシュマロが出るんだもんな。演者は体調が悪くてマシュマロが水飴になっちまったわけだ。
Lovely.
それはさすがに。
下品が過ぎるね。
George and Jessica slammed a knee and fist right into either side of Battler's gut. That was probably the sound made when his knees hit the ground and he fell over. Normally, Battler possessed the good sense you'd expect of an 18-year-old man. However, it seemed that his reunion had brought him back to the mental age he had been at 6 years ago. He's still a fucking child. And bit by bit, Jessica and George realized that they were also returning the way they'd been 6 years ago. Natsui gazed at this charming Chad through an open window in the hall. You look like you are just absolutely in the ground. Would you like a drink?
旦那様がお探しです。
もう少ししたら行きます。まだお昼にもなっていないのに。疲れました。
You look worn ragged. Jesus Christ. Just a few moments ago, the sparks had already started flying between them and Ava's group. The others had pounded on Kraus and Natsui over and over to get Kento out of his studies. Apparently, they hadn't been fully tricked at last year's family conference at all.
お父様は問題ありませんね。
はい、お任せを。シャノンとカノンも今日の段取りを十分に心得ております。
But Goda just wants to serve warm soup to Kento.
熊沢は嘘をつくのが上手なようですから心配しませんが、南條先生が少し心配です。隠し事が苦手そうでおられますから。
お任せを。可能な限り私が南條先生のお近くで補佐するつもりです。
あなたがいてくれるなら頼もしいですね。本当に助かります。現地の力なくして成し得ないことです。
恐縮でございます。
安心せよ。書斎の密室結界は完璧だ。結界を破らぬ限り、誰にも金蔵の秘密を暴くことなどできん。
It means don't open the door, Natsui.
ええ、分かっています。しかしあなたも先ほどの客までのやりとりを聞いていたでしょう。
うん。やはり去年の時点で相当の不信感を持たれていたのであろうな。凄まじき毒素を溜め込み振りまいておるわ。
やはり今年が正念場になりそうですね。
Well, this is probably the last year you can pull it off, regardless. You can't pull this shit off 3 years in a row.
今年を何とか乗り越えることはできようが、仏の顔もなんとやらだ。
I mean, 1 year is already impressive as it is. Two's pushing it. That's what I'd really question it.
さすがに来年は無理と心得た方がよかろうな。
これほどまでに反魔法の毒素が満ちては、来年の親族会議でもゴールドスミス教の魔法を維持するのは難しいでしょう。
誰ですか、あなたは。
ああ、驚かずともよい。わらわの家具頭を務める男だ。
はじめまして、夏日奥様。ロノウェと申します。どうぞお見知りおきを。
頼れる男だ。この男にも密室結界を守ってもらう。
He makes great teas and sweets.
そうですか、後宮夏日です。
The real important issue is right here.
あなたにも協力をお願いします。
はい、奥様。魔法世界からお手伝いをさせていただきます。どうかお任せを。
ついでだから私も紹介してもらおうかしら。
No, I just want to fucking know who you represent in the real world.
はい、リーチェ、ご無沙汰。ガープか。そなたまで来てくれるとは心強い。遊びに来ただけのつもりだったんだけどね。手がいるようだったら声をかけて。はじめまして、マダム。
I mean, I kind of thought about Ava because she kind of has, you know, same style, but no, not really giving an Ava feel. I'm really thinking it's some kind of servant, someone that's a servant that's not going to be shown because this game would make it too easy, right?
挨拶するのは初めてだけど、私はいつだって誰のそばにでもいるわ。
こちらのガープはなかなかのいたずら者。先日、奥様が自室にてお召しになろうとして、床に落とし見つけられなかった頭痛薬。ガープの仕業でございますよ。
確かに置いたはずなのに見つけられない小物があったら、こやつのいたずらを疑うがよいぞ。わらわも昔、随分とからかわれたものだ。
そうですか。いずれにせよ、ここは後宮の屋敷です。当家にいる間は当家に従っていただきます。よろしいですね。
もちろんです。心得ております。魔法世界での現実と思い、どうぞいつでもご用命ください。
私にも客人の心得はあるつもりよ。家主の顔は潰さないわ。ロノウェもガープも頼れるぞ。しかし魔法の世界と人間の世界は表裏一体。
分かってます。
Exactly, which is why I want to know who Gap
も
represents.
ちろん、私も人間の世界から努力します。
Because she seems much closer to Gap, which would imply that she knows her a lot better.
うん。
And that's all I want to know. That's all I really want to know. Just introduce one more new character. One new human character that is a female. And I'll know. I'll fucking know. That's all I want.
いつもの展開だな。
It's not asking for much.
どうせ翌日にならなきゃ話は進まね
まあそうね。10月4日は私にとっての準備ターンみたいなものだし、バトラに何もする気がないのなら10月5日までのんびりしててくれていいのよ。6人死んだら呼んであげる。
Of course, that was a very irritating way to say it. The fight won't start until the crime occurs. However, waiting for the crimes to start would mean turning a blind eye towards the murders of the first Twilight. There's not much you can do, to be honest. You can look for patterns and, tells of various characters, that is what you can do. But just like any kind of police or investigative work, it's impossible to do something before a crime happens. I say impossible, but it's extremely hard to do something before a crime happens. In other words, it would be the same as being content the fact that 6 people would die. Cyrus actually solved the epitaph.
知ってる？チェスの先手と後手では先手の勝率が2倍とも言われてるのよ。
It's a hell of a lot easier to win if you go first. That is very true. You have the initiative.
戦術の進歩でだいぶ変わるけどね。
As long as you don't give up the initiative, you're very much more likely to win.
後手はドローを狙えれば上々とか言われてるんだっけ？
先手必勝くらい俺も知ってるぜ。ならどうしろってんだ。
そんなだからあんたは無能なのよ。
Thanks, Lambda Delta.
本当にいい？バトラー、10月4日にだって解くことができる謎は存在するわ。
Yeah, the epitaph.
何が解けるかわかる？
まさか。
I mean, I have my solution, so it's still gonna be that. So me trying, I just hope that they give me some hints. Maybe they tell me the answer and I'm right. Oh, I fucking love it.
あ、いや、しかし。
まあ見てなさい。無能のバトラー。
Battler the Incompetent, that actually the incompetent part should be capitalized if that is his title. If that is going to be his witch's title. God damn it. I have a general idea what these witches are talking about. I've tried solving it several times myself in the past, but I still haven't found anything resembling an answer. On the contrary, I still can't even understand why that puzzle exists. That's right. The reason it exists, why did Beato prepare a puzzle like this in the first place? We all discussed it together from time to time inside the past games. However, I've started to avoid thinking about it, under the assumption that there's no point in trying to solve a riddle that can't be solved. Any riddle is solvable. Every riddle has a solution. It's not a riddle if it doesn't have a solution. It's not a mystery if it doesn't have a solution. It has to have an answer. The harder the answer, the harder I work to get that answer. That's just how it works, buddy. You gotta fucking buckle down, start looking. That's all you gotta do. You have to go through context clues. The fact that he said, your people. You're like, oh, those people. That implies that it's not from Japan. That's just how, it's just context clues like that. You gotta just keep grinding at it. You just gotta take every little thing they say and use it to your full advantage. It's the only way you can solve a puzzle like this. This time I should change my viewpoint. I shouldn't just focus on obvious parts, like the truth of the riddle and how to solve it. What's more important is why that riddle was set up in the first place and displayed for us to see. It was set up to decide the successor. That's what I should be thinking about. It's there to end the game. And the one proposing that riddle is Beatrice. Actually, the one who made it is Kenzo. And that's what you have to keep in mind. Beatrice is saying to solve this riddle, but it's not her riddle, it's Kenzo's riddle. Even if I can't solve it, I should be able to try and figure out what Beato was thinking when she showed it to us. I think she wants someone to prove that they are the successor instead of her, because I think the culprit is the one that ended up solving in the first place. That's why they would know if someone solved it afterwards. That would be the only way they'd know it was solved already. That's why I think, and I can be fairly confident, if not certain, the culprit has solved this epitaph. Also, the fact in the second game there's 3 gold bars, when there's only 1 known to be in existence. This would also imply that the culprit went into there and grabbed 2 extra gold bars and placed them on that table. The question then becomes, why? Why is the culprit doing this? Is it an arrogance? Is it a plea to maybe some sort of sympathy? Maybe like some form of redemption as well, maybe? Maybe it's one of those. I'm not too sure. Although this time I'm turning the chessboard over, the witches keep calling me incompetent, but let them laugh, they aren't my enemies. I'm continuing our match, Beato. Because you have to take it one step further. It's not just, you know, what's the point of this? The point of it's already been shown, it's pretty obvious. The point is, why? Not just what the point, but why is that the point? You have to take it in an extra step, and that's what I'm really grappling with right now. I get the very basic stuff, like, you know, what is the point of this? The epitaph. It's to stop the killing game. It's to name a new successor. It's to revive a witch, quote unquote. All this stuff, but the question then becomes why. It's in the next step in the process that needs to be answered. Because without the why, it's not really a good answer. Which is what I said I would do in the very beginning. I said I would find out the how and the what. I found those two things. And possibly the who. I think I found those three things. Now I'm going to be focusing on the why. That's what I'm really focusing on right now. And that's what I will be solely focusing on, basically. I've already got the basic questions. Now I want the real answers. The real reasons of why this is happening. The people in the parlor noticed the raindrops had started to drip down the window. I mean, there's no... Okay. Genzo ends up walking down again. Fuck. You have to lure him into a trap, back him into a corner. Out of consideration for Rosa, who had fallen asleep on the sofa, the others quietly left the parlor. Unaware of this, Rosa slept. After telling Maria to stay where she was after the tantrum over not being able to find her Rose, Rosa slept unaware that the rain had started to fall. Hey, is this episode 4 all over again? The hell? The rain poured down as though it had been saving up for this moment. Of course, Maria noticed that the rain had started falling and was soaked to the bone. However, that just made her even more stubborn. Unable to find the poor, slightly unhealthy Rose that she herself had marked, she just couldn't stand having that search be interrupted by something like the rain. So the more the rain fell on Maria, the more stubborn she grew. And she wandered around the rose beds. As she did, from behind Maria's back came footsteps. The sound of approaching footsteps. Then the footsteps landed in a puddle, making a small splashing sound, and Maria finally heard. The fuck you want, Beatrice? However, even the slight distraction, that sound caused her to feel irritated, and Maria ignored it despite having heard it.
Konnichiwa.
That's not Beatrice. That is not Beatrice. Who the fuck are you? Maria turned around bewildered. After all, that voice was one she didn't recognize at all. On the sealed-off Rokenjima, that voice belonged to no person she knew. I do not recall that voice actress either. We got a problem. Cross announced he had been privately discussing what should be done next in a deserted corridor on the 3rd floor. Genji had searched everywhere for them. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger than that. You could say that.
先ほどお屋敷にいらっしゃられました。
Yeah, that sounds like a load of bullshit. Cross and Natsui couldn't help but go wide-eyed and looked at each other. This was the first thing they had ever heard of someone coming to this island uninvited.
漂流？それは本当かね。気の毒に来客として丁重に扱いたまえ。今はどうしているのかね。南條先生が診察しております。まだ診察中ですが、私の見た限りお疲れの様子ではありますが、怪我などをされているようには見えませんでした。
Is this what it meant by Burn is gonna actually be in the game?
それはよかった。私と夏日は今大切な話をしている。終わったらすぐに見舞いに行こう。その漂流者にはぜひくつろいでほしいと伝えたまえ。かしこまりました。
When Genji bowed deeply and started to leave, Natsui called him to stop. Genji stopped walking and Natsui jogged up to him.
源氏、その漂流者は男ですか？
No, that was definitely a feminine voice.
いいえ、お嬢様くらいの若い女性でございます。
女性？そうですか。結構です。下がりなさい。
Chop chop, get back to work. Just because there's a drifter doesn't mean you should slack. The parlor of the mansion was bustling. The adults gathered, worrying about the health of the sudden guest.
自力でバラテンまで歩いてこれたなら命に別状はねえだろうな。
転ばぬ先の杖やな。ライフジャケットのおかげやろ。あれがなかったら溺れ死んどったかもわからんで。
どんな子だったの？ジョージやジェシカちゃんより上？下？
ジェシカお姉ちゃんよりは下だった。ライフジャケットと水着だった。ヘトヘトみたいだった。
漂着したのが船着き場のあたりだったなら本当に不幸中の幸いね。もし島の反対側だったら大変だったわ。
Yeah, that would have been really fucked.
しかし気の毒ね。この天気じゃきっと船も来られない。明日いっぱいまで彼女もこの島に釘付けかしら。
Oh, that sounds like a fucking boatload of fun. At that moment, the door clunked open and everyone looked in that direction.
皆様、お茶はいかがですか?
Yes, Goda, please. It was Goda and Cannon, with the latter pushing a serving cart laden with the tea set. Goda understood well that doing a little extra at times like this would earn him points. He wants his bonus points. It's not soup, though, Goda. Points off. The relatives, hungry for information, crowded around Goda. Goda ordered Cannon to serve the tea and became the sole subject of the relatives' attention.
ゴダさん、どうなんだいその子は。元気そうなのか？
さあ、わかりません。ですが、心配ご無用。南條先生がつきっきりで見ておりますし、熊沢もシャノンも一緒です。どうぞ、ご安心ください。まずは紅茶でおくつろぎになってはいかがですか？さあ、カノンさん、早く配って。
ったく。なんで僕が。
That's because Goda is the best chef ever. Cannon knew that this tea was just Goda's way of earning points, so he lined up the cups with a slightly sullen air. No. It's my job.
マリア様はそのままでお待ちを。
マリアも配膳やる。
Fucking too bad.
南條先生にはお会いしてないの？何か言ってなかった？
ええ、先ほどお会いしましたところ、それほどの外傷はないそうで、私もちらりとお見かけしたところでは。
Dr. Goda's in the house, PhD. Of course. And just as Goda had successfully captured the gazes of all present and was about to start talking knowledgeably on the subject, Nanjo returned. And he's completely pushed to the side. Of course, Nanjo instantly became the center of attention. Kennen turned his back on Goda, who seemed downhearted.
南條先生、どうなんですか、容体は。大丈夫そうなの？
皆さん、ご安心を。大丈夫です。怪我は何もありませんでした。だいぶ疲労しているようですが、今夜特に熱を出さなければ何事もないでしょう。
ならよかったわ。 お医者様はいても病院はないものね。
No, it's definitely not a hospital. That's for sure. Everyone was relieved to hear that the girl was in good health. When Andrew gave the more detailed results of his examination, concluding by saying that she was young and should therefore be fine. Everyone who no longer fell under this description nodded in assent.
やっぱり船は怖い。落ちる。バトラの言う通りだった。
Of course.
マリアちゃん、それバトラ君には内緒ね。
Goddamn Ebukirie.
ああ、奥様、旦那様。
Goto, who had lost his nerve and was handing out cups, called out in an excessively loud voice. Goto, cool your fucking stag. Apparently he was that desperate to get everyone's attention.
客人の具合はどうだね。
はい。
Let me explain to you why he's okay. Well, she's okay.
別状はないとのことでございます。
そうですか。それはよかった。今はどちらに？
熊沢さんとシャノンさんがお風呂に案内したはずだ。それから服を見立てると言ってましたな。ならすぐに来るだろう。諸君。親族会議の日ではあるが、不幸な事故で訪れることとなった来客だ。招いた客人ではないが、どうか歓迎してやってほしい。
意義などあるわけもない。賛成や。
同じくだ。女の子には優しくしろっておふくろも言ってたぜ。
あなたはそれを人生のモットーにしすぎよ。
ジョージたちも呼んだ方がいいわね。全員で挨拶しましょう。
そんなかえって恐縮させちゃうんじゃない？
Ava stood up and made a phone call to the guest house. Doesn't matter. At that moment, they heard the sound of a knock followed by Genji's voice.
源氏でございます。お客様がお越しになられました。
The grand unveiling. At those words, everyone fell into silence and the people who had been sitting stood straight up. Now I really want to fucking edit it and cut it right here. God damn it. And I might. Genji came in first, opening the door slowly, then moved off to the side, bowing deeply and urging the guests forward. I really want to fucking do it. I really want to do it. I'm not a complete asshole, so I'll just go for a couple more minutes. The guest had Shanna and Kumasawa following by her side. I'm glad it looks just like Burn. And though she looked at the large amount of relatives waiting for her in the parlor, she didn't seem overawed in the slightest. Just this single point showed that this girl possessed a dignity appropriate for a guest invited in by the Ushirimiya family.
古戸様、ご紹介申し上げます。後宮家当主代行、後宮クラウスにございます。ようこそ六軒島へ。事故でいらしたとはいえ、あなたは当家の客人だ。
Hope you don't mind the awkward atmosphere.
歓迎しますよ。どうぞ、当家おしばしの間、ご自宅と思い。
ありがとうございます。自己紹介申し上げます。古戸エリカと申します。
Fruto Erica. Fucking course it is. That's... Oh, because what's a fucking original name, right?
この度は後宮家の皆様をお騒がせしてしまい、誠に申し訳ございません。
It's fine. Let's see. No, fuck. Fuck me. Fruto Erica. Fell from the pleasure boat. Eternal Maid too. That is, why were you on the pleasure boat? Mid-cruise in the waters near Rokenjima on October 4th, 1986, she drifted to Rokenjima. The family welcomed her as a guest. She managed to drift to the island unharmed thanks to several miracles, including the life jacket she was wearing. Is she on this side? She is. Burn's double and servant also a piece who is manifested in the human world. Because she is a human, she cannot use magic and the like. However, because she can appeal to Burn on a higher level plane to obtain miracles from this higher plane and on various authorities that she can use, it would probably be no exaggeration to call her a human capable of wielding the power of a witch. Though Burn has been given the detective's authority while on the game board. Therefore, even though she is an outsider, though she may have family, she possesses the right to demand full attention from everyone when speaking, the right to advance proceedings, and the right to investigate the crime scene before the police arrive, as well as many other special abilities. That's fucking OP. She gets pleasure from the process of solving riddles, but her greatest joy comes from using that victory to sneer at others. Oh, great. Great a cunt.